Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while since I've been in this commentary box, but yes, Kenzie Retro is back with the very best the XRL has to offer. It is the start of tonight's XRL coverage here for the Extreme Racing League. It is, of course, the X1 Superstars, and we have a full grid this evening. We are at Singapore. The Marina Bay Street Circuit made its debut on the calendar back in 2008, and joining me in the commentary box this evening, as always, is the boss of the league himself, Mr. Cesar Lopez.
Hello, Kenzie. It's glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it definitely has. There's been a lot happening behind the scenes, but oh my word, what a buzz I got at this circuit last night in the Development League. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go and check it out. It's on our YouTube channel right now. It was absolute chaos at this circuit, as it often tends to be the case.
Was it safety car in lap 1? Was there a safety car in lap 1?
Not just that, a couple of one or two cars ended up, I'm not joking, airborne, and I ended up on two wheels at one point.
I saw that video of you going on two wheels and a car going airborne. Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, and despite all of that, this guy just got his first Dev League podium in the XR.
You got a podium?
Second place, baby.
Haha, nice. Thank you, James John, for the subscription, man. Again, 13 months. I think that's the most everyone. Oh. He definitely has the record. He definitely has the record.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, James John. Well, let's go back to your podium. How was it? Tell us about it.
Well, I was just trying my best to manage my tires as much as possible at the end of the race, as I did have a couple of front wing changes along the way, but that's to be expected around this sort of circuit. I had Zola breathing down my neck towards the end of the final lap, despite still managing to make up 3 seconds on me, he had to settle for third. And I said to him afterwards, I would have helped him out and gave him the second place to help him with the championship, but no, that second place was mine last night.
Well done, man. Is it your first podium?
My first podium in the Development League. I did get a second place in Bahrain in the Realistic League last season as well.
Oh, okay. It's been a long time since I saw a podium.
Yeah. but anyway, like I said, we have a full grid with us this evening. I'm just on board with XIX right now. That's Ledger. He changed his gamer tag a while back, sporting the number 24 on his AlphaTauri. Let's see what he can do for his first lap of qualifying. Slowest 5 cars from this part of qualifying. We'll be losing 4, and we'll be losing another 4 because QBR Kyle is serving a qualifying ban. So 36.9 first lap of the day. Low managed to get a 37.6. The rest of the drivers are Ollie, Madgank, Jacob, Liam, British Medal, Bull Beast, Zola, the man in charge of the F1 side of the league on Xbox. Ollie goes fastest with a 36.6. Space got a 37.8. Smooth, Meatball, Frisbee, Kyle I've already mentioned. Young Maneuver, JBL. JBL's back! How's about that? Oh, JBL's back in the Alfa Romeo. First time I've seen him racing for a while. We've got Elfin Starfish, Ryan Hurricane, Jay.
Let me interrupt you real quick. And Jivus John has just redeemed a 3D printed track from Answer 3D. Jivus John, send me a DM on Discord, please, so we can talk about it and we can set the shipping done. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Of course, you can redeem your channel points for for a number of things. You can redeem it for the 3D printed track, an XRL cup, which will be the XRL mug that we have from our store, and of course, if you manage to get 100,000 channel points, you can get yourself an XRL shirt as well. Starfish coming around the last couple of corners now. Let's see what he can pull out of the bag. Ollie's still fastest. British medal fastest, second with a 36.817. Starfish with a 36.878.
And I just got the weather report from Sola. It says 20% rain chance, and the race reduced to 10% in the race. It's going to be a 10% race. So I think we're going to be watching a dry race.
Definitely looks like it, yeah. Zolov in the chat saying he wouldn't have taken it anyway. He deserved that podium. Appreciate that, man. Frisbee, there he goes.
Thanks for the follow, Jaxie.
Championship contenders, 36.5.
Thank you for the follow, Jaxie. If you want to race in Extreme Racing Leagues, just go to extremeracingligs.com and you get the links there.
Yeah, that's where you'll find all the details regarding the Extreme Racing League as well. We've got a couple of esports teams for this league as well. We've got an F1 esports team who are still in business at the moment with the FGWC competition at the moment, and we also have an iRacing esports team who are sponsored by one of our sponsors, NC3D. We also have Driver 61, the Driving Academy, Driver 61, and of course CD Keys as well. Talking of which, we do have a pretty substantial giveaway for this weekend as well.
Yes. Talk about it. Yeah. Tell them about it.
So Caesar, I'll let you take care of that.
Okay, let me check real quick. So today we're going to do a really good giveaway. X3 and X2 drivers. X3 is going to have 106 driver 61 credits, so it's 100 credits for X3 and 100 credits for X2. Today, X3 drivers are going to, the 100 points for X3 drivers are going to be given away in this way. Give me 1 second. There it is. 50 points for the pole position and 50 points for the fastest lap of the race. That's X2 and X3 drivers. We do not include X1 drivers right now because, X1 drivers are the top of the top, and they.
Yeah.
We will do another something really special with them in another weekend. So X2 and X3 drivers are going to have 50 points for pole position and 50 points to fastest lap of the race. These are driver 61 points that you can redeem for coaching sessions. And also, the commentators from X1, X2, and X3, they will be selecting 2 drivers of each tier, 2 drivers of the day of each tier. The commentators will select them, and they will those drivers. It's going to be 6 drivers at the end: 2 from X1, 2 from X2, and 2 from X3. They will be participating for a $50 gift card, and CD keys.
Which is very well timed as well, because we've got Black Friday just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. So you could land yourself a couple of bargains in the Black Friday sale.
Exactly. So just do your best this weekend, and you can get a $50 week CD keys gift card.
Yeah. And I will say this regarding CD keys while we're on the subject. Today's daily deals, they look very, very tasty. I'm not gonna lie, they do look very tasty.
Really? I haven't seen them.
Well, especially the number one, as well. Which reminds me, I still need to get round to my recommendation of the week. One of the things I have regarding CD keys, not only do we go through the top 5 daily deals for today, but I also give my recommendation of the week. So let's see if I can find something. So we've still got a few drivers yet to set a lap time. Mad Gank down to Ultimate Meatball got disqualified as a result of blocking the pit lane. So he'll be starting at the back alongside Kyle as well. So we'll be losing another 3 drivers after that. Here comes Young Maneuver round the last corner. It's only a 41.7. Nothing too special there at the moment. But let's see what Zola can do in the Alpine,
which got a podium today. Oh, and Jeff just redeemed another one. Okay, how many points do you have, man?
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out. Yeah.
Okay.
Still, that's
Portimao and stuff. I'm not sure if they have Portimao. Probably they have, but we'll talk about it on the DM. Remember to send me a DM, Jefferson. Yeah. I think you already have. Let me check. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Zola just coming through under the tunnel now. Small twitch of oversteer there, but he has shown he has been capable. He does have a very strong record round this track, especially from last season or the season before, where he had a lead of over a minute at one point, and just how dominant he was in the changeable conditions, and he won in quite considerable fashion. I mean, we hadn't seen that dominant a performance in quite a while in the XRL until Zola's win in Singapore came up.
I remember that.
Yeah, so we've just got Mad Gank, Smooth, and JBL yet to settle lap time. Mad Gank invalidating his lap. There's still 4.5 minutes to go. Yep, and that's my recommendation of the week. Sorted.
Smooth and JVL still on the pits.
Now that's interesting. Why are they still in the pits?
It's time to go out right now. I think I would
definitely say so.
There's Smooth. He's coming out.
So we'll focus on him for now. And while we're waiting on these guys getting some more laps under their belt and some lap times set as well, let's haven't had a chance to go through it yet, but let's go through the championship standings at the moment. We've got Frisbee at the top of the standings with 123 points. You've got Sasha with 102, Ultimate and Path third and fourth with 199 respectively. Nath with 73, Jay with 60, Starfish with 54, Hurricane 48, Bull Beast and Mad Gank both tied on 39 points. That's how the Drivers' Championship looks at the moment. I mean, fair play to Sasha, second place in the championship right now, but he's not racing this week, so this will be a great opportunity for Ultimate to potentially get himself back into the hunt for the championship, as next week we will be heading to Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. It's a fan favorite circuit that's delivered many and incredible moments over the years. And in the Constructors' Championship, Alpine still at the top of the standings there, with 209 points. Mercedes with 180, McLaren 171, Alfa Romeo with 161, Williams 106, Ferrari 103, Red Bull 98, Haas 94, Aston Martin 63, and AlphaTauri bottom of the standings with 45. But the AlphaTauris, they're looking pretty strong in qualifying at the moment. You've got Ledger in 5th, British Metal currently 9th at the moment. They've both retired from the session. Happy with their times at the moment. But we'll see how that plays out. Zola has retired from the session. He's out as well. He's in the drop zone, so he's the next car to be eliminated. You've got Smooth and JBL still to set a lap time. JBL is ahead of Smooth on the track, so I'll go with JBL. Just now he's coming up towards a tricky complex here.
Yeah, you can invalidate your lap here real quick.
Yeah, it is. I'll say there are a number of areas on this track where it's easy to invalidate, and that's even despite the tight nature of the circuits. Down the DRS straight, the end of sector 2. We've got 3 DRS zones round this track, so you've got plenty of opportunities there to go for an overtake. And now into this this tricky complex here, going through the tunnel. A couple of chicanes to negotiate as well, and then you've got these, and then you've got this double left-hander here. And there he goes across the line. What can he do? He gets himself out of the drop zone. Ultimate in the drop zone at the moment with a 38.2. Let's see what Smooth can do. He is coming around the last couple of corners now. What can he do? And he pushes Young Maneuver into the drop zone as well. I don't think Maneuver's going to have time to get out on track for another lap.
No, there's not enough time. And also Ultimate. He just invalidated.
He's invalidated as well. He's invalidated, and that's him. He's out.
Oof.
A massive shock. And it's not the first time we've seen that happen with Alpine this season.
Oh, P17.
Ultimate's out in Q1, and he's starting 17th, and he's got his teammate alongside him.
Alpine's starting at the back.
That is a massive hammer blow for Alpine in the Constructors' Championship. Because remember, it's the traditional scoring system we use here, so points down to 10th place, 25 for the win, a point for the fastest lap inside the top 10, and a point for the fastest lap outside the top 10. And there's also points for pole position as well.
Yes. And one of the guys that the Nightbot hates has just appeared in the chat. Hello, it's Low.
Uh-oh.
The Nightbot hates you, man. Watch out.
Oh, yeah.
He always gets silenced by the bot, but he never does anything bad. And we have two new guys in the chat. The Fine Racing League. That's the one you're racing, right? No.
Yeah, I'm a reserve there on a Monday night.
Yeah, that's the Fine Racing League. That's the new league, right?
That's the new one that just that's the new one that just started recently, where the winner of the race each week gets to choose the track we race at the following week.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a really good decision. That's Ledger, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Nice. That sounds good. It would be Mexico for me if I would win every race.
Oh, talking of Mexico, what was it like at the track on the day?
Oh man, it was a carousel. I don't know how to say it. On Friday, for the free practices, we were not allowed to get into the grandstand because there was a grandstand situation, a security situation with the grandstand, and they could fall.
Ah.
So we were not allowed to see the Friday activities.
Friday practice. Ah,
Yeah, they gave us back some money.
oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that was like, okay, I'm not going to see the practices, but don't do this. Like, don't stop me from watching
Please don't have
quali.
the same happen at qualifying.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone was like, please don't do that on qualifying and on the race because we paid for a grandstand
For the whole
seat
weekend.
for the whole weekend and the flights. You know, I don't live in the Mexico City, so and I
Yeah.
had there
So
were a lot
you've
of
got
expenses.
you've got the travel to take into account as well.
Yeah, exactly. So if we wouldn't have access for qualifying and race, it would be just a lot of money spent for nothing, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they figured out how to fix it, and we were able to get into the event on
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. It was fantastic, man. The cars, the sound of the engines, it's fantastic. You can hear the difference of the sounds of the engines.
Yeah.
You get excited, man. I got some videos, but well, they were not really good.
Yeah.
I shared some
I was
of them.
about to say I did spot a couple of those videos on the Discord server, and yeah, it definitely sounded like I was like, well, I'll say this, folks. It was like actually hearing it at the track itself. It is completely different
Man,
from
that's crazy.
watching it at home.
Yeah, we need next year's anniversary giveaway. We need to make something about some Grand Prix tickets or something. But yeah, we need to fix. We need to get people the opportunity to go to one of the Grand Prix.
Oh
We,
yeah,
we need to do something like that.
Yeah, what a moment that would be. You've got a few tracks. You've got a few tracks there that could be a big opportunity there to give somebody that race day experience. I mean, Silverstone would be a good option. Belgium possibly. Let's just hope we don't have a repeat of this year's Belgium Grand Prix, which never really happened. And then of course your home turf, Mexico, and maybe the Circuit of the Americas as well. While we're at it, you've got a few options there.
Yeah, we have some options, and the next year's coming the Miami Grand Prix too.
Oh yes.
That is going to be hell of expensive. You're going to, but,
Oh man. Yeah, that is going to be absolutely crazy.
yeah, that's good. Miami, I think, is going to be a Monaco 2.0, considering the stars that are going to be attending.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be full of stars.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Singapore here tonight, and with the we also had the Qatar Grand Prix earlier today as well. Massive commiserations to Bottas and Latifi. We saw a couple of tire failures towards the end of the race.
I to be honest, I haven't watched the race. I don't care about spoilers. I don't care about it, so you can talk about it. I have no issues, but I haven't seen it. I only saw Max got P2 and Lewis got P1.
Oh, heads up. Sorry, actually, hold up. Just before we get into that, Jacob, he's DNF. He's crashed out. He's crashed out at the start of the lap. I'm on board with Bull Beast just now.
Ooh, yeah.
There he is. He spun it. He's put it into the wall, and that's him out of qualifying.
Yep, that's him.
And what was about unlucky Jason? What I was about to say, Jacob even. What I was about to say before that kicked off. I think we had a couple of tire failures throughout the race, as well. I was saying that Jacob caught a bit too much curb at turn 2. That's brutal, actually. I think. That's the difficulty with these sort of curbs.
Yeah.
You put a bit too much power down, and you're on those curbs, you're going to end up spinning it out more likely than not. But Lewis Hamilton winning the race today. Win 102. And the Supermax managing to get second with the fastest lap. And oh, that's Bull Beast gone.
Holy.
Oh! He started to lose the back end. He tried to correct it. And there was not much room for him to go. And that's him.
Let's watch that replay.
Here's the replay. So it was coming up to the right-hander here.
Too much gas in the curb. Did you see that?
Yeah, so he tried to put a bit too much power down, tried to correct the slide after losing the back end, and that was it. Nowhere for him to go apart from in the wall. So that's 2 down, another 3 to go.
Oof, look at that! Look at that! When he accelerates, he touches the curve. Oof, there it goes. Yep. I didn't told you. We discovered last stream that every replay I get to catch in the race, like every replay I play, at the end of the stream, it's put into a video, into one video, so we can make a highlight video with by just doing one click.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's really good. We did one for the last race, me and Sola. That's when we discovered it.
Yeah, that'll definitely come in handy with further enhancing the coverage that we can give to you guys at home. But anyway, this second part of qualifying is where we've got the strategy coming into play, where the slowest 5 cars get eliminated, but they get free choice of tires. But those that start inside the top 10, they start the race on the tires they set their fastest lap on in this part of qualifying.
So in the chat saying, you mean highlights of DNF cars today then?
Oh boy. Yeah. So I mean, let's put it this way: we're bound to see a couple of safety cars throughout this evening. So, British Medal currently top of the timesheets at the moment with a 36.9 on mediums. Jay with a 37.144 second. Jay a little bit behind, but Space with a 36.8 on mediums. He goes fastest in the Ferrari. And Hurricane, third place, very well played for him, 37.001. Yeah, Hamilton managing to win the race, Verstappen second, and Fernando Alonso, his first podium in over 100, his first podium in 104 races, rounding up the podium, finishing third today. Some massive props to Alonso for that, yeah, and he got driver of the day as well.
Yeah, definitely. If he won the podium, yeah, if he got a podium, that's definitely driver of the day for him.
Yeah,
it's good to see some of the stars of F1. Like I can like categorize them like old stars.
Yeah,
from F1 getting podiums still.
Indeed. And Ollie goes fastest with a 36.3. So we're just waiting on Mad Gank, Liam, Ledger, Smooth, Frisbee, and Low to set their lap time. Mad Gank really attacking the curbs there towards the end of the second sector. Round the tight left-hander here. And then DRS wide open. Give you an extra 10 to 15 miles an hour straight line speed. He finishes the second sector. And that was Low, I believe, that crossed the line with a 38-1. Some 7th.
Low putting himself in Q3 so far.
As it stands, yes. Mad Gang, he gets a 37-3, which puts him 5th. Got our championship leader as well to focus on. Let's see what he can pull out of the bag. So Jacob out after crashing at turn 2, and Bull Beast with that crash that we saw also out. So we'll be losing another 3 drivers after this. Zola saying the McLaren's working well together. Yeah, he's not wrong on that one. There has been a lot of F1 news this week as well, away from the track. We had sad news that Antonio Giovinazzi is not going to be on the grid next season as Frisbee comes across the line with a 35-8 on the mediums. That should comfortably see him through into the top 10 shootout. But we do have Guan Yu Zhou, who is going to be the first ever Chinese Formula One driver on the grid next season. He will be completing the grid for 2022. So big congratulations to Guan Yu Zhou. He's currently 2nd in the F2 Championship right now. And Oscar Piastri is going to be the reserve driver for the Alpine team for next season. I would imagine he will most likely take Alonso's seat next season. When
if nothing fantastic happens, like silly season.
Oh yeah, yeah, silly, yeah. So we've still got a couple of drivers yet to set a lap time. Ledger looks like he's having another crack at it. So I'll try and quickly get the full lineup for the 2022 season. Also, sometimes my laptop can be a little bit slow, but Liam on his outlap. Smooth hasn't come out yet. But yes, here we go. The full drivers lineup for the 2022 season is Lewis Hamilton and George Russell for Mercedes, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez for Red Bull, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz for Ferrari, Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo for McLaren, Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon for Alpine, Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda for AlphaTauri, Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll for Aston Martin, Valtteri Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou for Alfa Romeo, Nicholas Latifi and Alex Albon for Williams. It's great to have Albon back on the grid, and Haas retaining their lineup of Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. So that's the full drivers lineup for the 2022 season. Ledger invalidated his lap again, and I don't think he's going to have time to get a lap in, because you've got 1:50 to go. So I don't think he's going to be able to get another lap in.
They need to go out right now and try to make a fast lap.
Well, Smooth's on an out lap as well. So yeah, Ledger's retired. So yeah, he'll be starting 14th or 15th, depending on whether Smooth gets out in time.
Sorry about that.
So it's going to be down to JBL, Low, Liam, or Smooth. 2 of those 4 are not going to make it into the top 10 shootout.
Wolbis will now have to fight for coming back. He's a fast driver. He can do it.
Yeah.
And with ooh, invalidated.
And oh, Liam's invalidated. I think he's got a bit of front wing damage as well. See if we can get a better camera angle. It does look like I think Liam did sustain a bit of damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's got any. But I don't think he's going to make it round in time to get his lap in. But Smooth makes it round with 20 seconds to go. In the world of MotoGP, last week, folks, we did say farewell and grazie vale to the legendary Valentino Rossi, the Doctor himself, number 46, 9 MotoGP titles to his name throughout a 20-plus year career. Absolutely incredible.
9
career.
titles?
9 titles over the course of his career.
That's probably like the most an athlete has got.
Yeah,
Titles in their
it's definitely up there. He's definitely up there as the most successful MotoGP driver of all time. But not only was he a phenomenal rider on the track, but he was also an incredible personality to those that got to meet him in person. Fantastic personality. But yeah, grazie vale, and thanks for the memories. Zola saying Mark 7, that'll be Mark Marquez, I believe. So Mark Marquez got 7 at the moment.
How old is Mark Marquez? Ooh, he smooth lost it by just... He got P11.
Oh, that
He
is
couldn't
unlucky.
make it. Oh, he's
Mark-
28.
Marquez 28. Yeah, he's still got a few years left on
he
the
still
track.
have some years.
Yeah. But there we go. Frisbee top of the timesheets in Q2 once again. But look at that. Only Ollie and only Ollie inside the top 10 starting on softs. Everyone else starting on mediums.
Oh, Starfish starting on softs too. Elfin Starfish is starting on softs.
It says here he's starting on mediums.
Really? It says softs for me.
Oh.
That's weird.
Well, according to my timing screen, it says he's starting on mediums. But nevertheless, that's strange. I was like, because on the stream it says he's starting on softs, but on my screen it says he's starting on mediums. Cody's, what's going on here? Anyway, Lowe, a very happy man getting into Q3. But nevertheless, Frisbee, Ollie, J, Space, Hurricane, Prudish Medal, JBL, Starfish, Mad Gank, and Lowe. That's going to be who's fighting for the top 10. And then you've got Smooth, the only driver outside the top 10 to get a lap time in. Jacob couldn't set a lap time in, neither could Liam, Bull Beast, or Ledger. But Smooth down to Ledger, they will have free choice of tyre.
Smooth is going to be having a huge advantage here, starting P11 with the choice.
Indeed.
Sash in the chat saying, unfortunately, I'm missing this one. I'm missing this one.
Yeah. There we go, and there's the countdown clock there. So we're almost time for the top 10 shootout.
It looks like Frisbee. It looks like Frisbee is going to go to get the pole position.
Yeah, but the question is, what time is he going to set for it, though? That's the $1,000,000 question we've got to ask ourselves. What time is he going to set for that pole position lap?
Frisbee going to cause the first safety car.
Oh boy. But okay. So, here we go, folks. It's pole position time. Who is going to start on pole for the race and get the first points on offer for this evening? But of course, this isn't the only XRL action we have for you guys this evening, because we've got on our sister channel, Extreme_Racing_League, we have got the X3 action taking place as well. And then at 8 p.m. UK time tonight, folks, we also have the X2 coverage, bringing to a close the XRL coverage for this weekend. But next week we'll be going to do it all over again, because we've got some fantastic action lined up for you guys over the course of this week. We've got the Defined Racing League tomorrow night. We've got European Formula Racing as well, on top of the Premier Racing League on a Thursday as well. And then of course we've got the XRL itself. We've got the Dev League on the Saturday afternoon, and then next week, same time, same place, X1, X2, and X3 at Japan. And Zola's saying that Cooley Boy has managed to get into Q3 in X3. How's about that? So thanks Zola there for keeping us up to date with what's going on the other side. Lead car at the moment is JBL, but he's invalidated. He's got Starfish behind him, so I'll focus on him for the time being. Don't need to worry about tyres. But here we go. Let's see what they can do in the next 9 minutes. There we go. I mean, you've got to think, folks, that Frisbee is going to be easily top contender to not only get pole position but also win the race. We'll see how that plays out. Around the last couple of corners goes Starfish, a 36-0. Got the Ferrari of Lowe next. Let's see what he can do. 37-2. Here comes Jay. 36-5. We've got Ollie in the Aston Martin. 36-7. Frisbee has invalidated, so we've got we'll go for space. Next, Mad Gang currently on an outlap, so we'll focus on British Medal after that. Space 36-0-6-7. That's a very strong lap there for Space. Mad Gang having another crack at the cherry. British Medal also invalidating as well, and Frisbee invalidated again. Hurricane goes third with a 36-1-7-3. So as it stands right now, it'll be Elfin Starfish on pole position. You know, Mad Gank, British Medal, Frisbee, and JBL yet to settle that time. Frisbee invalidated, so... And as has Mad Gank, so we'll focus on British Medal for the time being.
I love this track, but it's really, really tricky. You can lose it on the curbs, and especially in this game.
Yeah, especially with the reduced downforce that these cars have this year.
Have you raced Jeddah?
Still haven't got round to it yet, but I don't really have any intentions of going around that circuit anytime soon.
Oh.
Because I've got the because I've got tomorrow night to focus on for the Defined Racing League, and then after that, Total Impact Racing. So, so I've got them. So I've got them to focus. So Total Impact Racing right now. So I've got Zandvoort to focus on. It's another tricky circuit, especially with the banked turns.
Yeah.
Which if you don't get the line right for those banked turns, you're gonna either spin it or you're gonna put it in the wall.
Yeah, that's true. That happened to me.
But as is with a lot of those sort of circuits, it's more about attrition than anything else, just making sure you get to the end in some cases. British Medal, he's currently 4th now with a 36.182, 9 thousandths behind Hurricane. JBL on a hot lap now. He's coming up towards... Oh, that's a valid point there from Sasha. Frisbee could end up invalidating his final run.
Oh, that's true.
Through turn 13 goes JBL to finish off the second sector. Into turn 14, about 65 miles an hour. Got to be careful not to go too wide there, otherwise you can somehow end up invalidating your lap. We have seen it happen that they end up going for a wider exit, and as a result they end up invalidating. This track has the most... This track also has the most corners of any track on the calendar, with 23 to get through. JBL with a 36.7 goes 6th.
JBL showing us he still has some pace.
Indeed.
Both MCR drivers today in the Q3. This track's really good about
Yeah.
that.
And of course, MCR is where Path came from originally.
Yeah.
Path, our defending champion, managed to redeem himself last season after the heartbreak of Brazil the season beforehand, where we saw Sack become back-to-back X1 champion.
Sasha is hoping, he's praying that Frisbee validates his lap.
Yeah.
He's there praying for it.
And there is, I think, one other person that will be hoping that he does the same will be Ultimate.
Yeah, he's going to be facing some traffic at the end of the lap, so we'll see.
Yeah, so he looks like he is starting to come up to some of that traffic now. He's got Mad Gank ahead of him, was on an out lap. Is Mad Gang going to get out of the way? Yes, he does. Frisbee can just breeze through to complete his lap now. He's got a 36.012 to beat. This might be his only run. Around the last couple of corners, what's he going to do? 35.116! And that puts him fastest for the time being.
1 second fastest almost.
Phenomenal lap there from Frisbee. Starfish will be having another bite of the cherry. So let's so the lead car on my end is Ollie in the Aston Martin. He's just come out of turn 13, heading up the DRS straight. Going to take something quite biblical to be able to beat Frisbee's time. 1:35.1. What did Ultimate do? Can't quite remember the lap time he did, but he ended up qualifying 17th.
Oh, Oli just invalidated his lap at the end.
Oh, that's
and
a
he
shame.
crashed.
Oh,
Oh, how did he survive that?
Oh, that's huge.
Oh.
Huge accident there. Mad Gank, meanwhile, gets a 35.5. That puts him second on the grid. Low doesn't improve.
Starfish about the end of the lap.
See what he can do. He'll be into the 35, so 35.8. And Space has invalidated Hurricane. 36.038. That puts him sixth.
Yep, that's it.
That's qualifying over. Frisbee once again on pole position.
Congratulations to El Frisbee.
Yeah, he'll be getting the first points of the weekend for that pole position.
It's going to be an interesting race. He's going to be starting on the medium tires.
Yes,
He's going to have the advantage.
Yeah.
He has the pace. He can probably make a really big gap at the start of the race.
Yeah. The big question is, how long can he get those mediums to last?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I think realistically, a two-stop is the best option around this track.
Yeah, it probably is. I think it's definitely a two-stop. Yeah, you cannot.
Yeah, because you'd be looking at possibly a medium soft or a medium soft. That's sort of like the optimum strategy. But then you've got your one stop as mediums to hards or hards to mediums if you're outside the top 10. But nevertheless, Frisbee, Mad Gank, Jay, Starfish, Prudage Medal, Ryan Hurricane, Space, JBL, Low, and Ollie. That is your top 10.
It's going to be an interesting race.
Indeed. So we're into our 5-minute break, which means it's time to get a word from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a more realistic F1 feel in your sim racing? ANSI 3D is the solution for you. ANSI 3D is a 3D printing company based in the United States. We sell F1 style wheels for Logitech G29, G920, and the G923 wheel set with all wheels including high quality real suede fabric on the handles for maximum comfort. All wheels can be fully customized by picking your own colors for the handles and buttons. Also, you get to select a free logo of your choice to be printed on your wheel. We also have all Formula One 3D printed tracks available for sale on our website. For more information or to place your order now, log on to our website at www.ansi3d.com. That's ANSE3D.com. Don't delay, check us out today.
Why does it look like this?
Oh,
Well, do you see it?
dear.
It looks really
Yeah, I could just about make it out, apart from the fact that there's too much champagne being sprayed.
This is Driver 61. We also have Driver 61 as a sponsor. Remember, you can get. Let me check real quick. There's something I wanted to show you. The Sim Racing University. Here is Sim Racing University. You have some really good articles here to read. Something to fix to help you guys get a better pace. Also, video coaching, how it works. You can make your account, and also this tutorial. This tutorial is really good. Drivers University tutorials, for example.
Yeah.
There's videos that explain everything you need to know. If you would need to improve your racing pace, go to Driver 61. They have coaching for F1, ACC, iRacing, and real racing also. So make your account now and see what you can get there. They have a really good bronze. It's called the bronze program that makes you get one of the most important. It's like a coaching program. I don't know how to explain it. They are better than me at this. But make your account here and join now and you just click here and make your account, and you'll start getting some cool information for improving your sim racing. And let's go to now it's looking good. Well, more or less. Let's go to see the keys.
Yes, here we go. And of course, don't forget, we've got 2 drivers of the day from X1, X2, and X3. So 6 drivers in all, getting a shot at winning a $50 voucher for CD keys, which might come in handy for some of these daily deals. You've got 77% off Destiny 2 Forsaken on PC. You've got Shadowkeep as well at 80% off. 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate at 23% off. You've got a massive 99% off the Ultimate Edition of Control as well. And number 1 is the Deluxe Edition of F1 2021 that has the icons, 18,000 pit coins, and the Breaking Point story mode as well. 46% off if anybody wants to get in. This is your opportunity to do so. But now let's get into my recommendation of the week. Now, we have a new Jurassic Park film coming out next summer. So we've got Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is the sequel to Jurassic World Evolution. It's basically a sandbox game where you're managing your own park. Let's just hope we don't have to recreate some of the events from the film. That is currently 17% off on Xbox for the Deluxe Edition of Jurassic World 2. But we'll need to head quickly back to trackside because the lights are almost out and it is race time here at Singapore. A good start there from Hurricane, managing to get ahead. Frisbee very cleanly away and just storms off. Jay and Starfish battling for that third place.
Very clean start, to be honest.
Relatively, very clean there. There's your predicted pit stop strategies there. 5 to 8 laps there on the softs, and Liam is gone already. What on earth happened there?
Well, I just said, just.
And there's your virtual safety car. Really unlucky there for Liam.
It's incredible how these narrow streets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I say Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's a sandbox management game where you're creating your own dinosaur park akin to that of the events of the Jurassic Park franchise. I say Jurassic Park still one of the greatest films of all time, and the visual effects in that film still hold up today, even though the film is nearly 30 years old.
Yeah, Jurassic Park is one of the, as you said, one of the historic franchises. And I actually played the first game. It's really good and fun. You can spend a lot of time. The
first Evolution,
yeah, you can spend a lot of time there.
Yeah, a lot of time there. Yeah, and the background music as well. It's really relaxing to get that sort of like park vibe when you're actually creating the park with getting the dinosaurs in, getting the enclosures, the facilities for the visitors as well.
Yeah, that you have to make everything.
Yeah, let's just say, guys, if you're into things like roller coaster or theme park tycoon,
exactly.
This is definitely in that sort of this game will definitely be in that sort of territory for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And hey, who knows? Maybe our giveaway winner might take advantage of that voucher and use it for them. Use it for Evolution 2, or they might get it for something else. With like I say, we've got the Black Friday. We've got Black Friday coming just around the corner as well. So we might have a couple of Black Friday deals on CD keys next week when we head to Japan. Smooth is plummeting down the order. What on earth has happened to him? Ultimate's up to 13th. That's a good recovery so far. What on earth has happened to what's happened to Smooth? He's almost at the back of the field. What on earth has happened?
Doesn't look like damage. He probably just lost a little bit of pace there. Maybe a wheel glitch. Because I don't see any damage.
Possibly because he's going through those corners a little bit slower than he would like. You got Ultimate and Meatball. Meanwhile, side by side heading into the corner. Onto lap 3, DRS now enabled. And Frisbee already with a 3-second lead over Mad Gank, and then everyone from Mad Gank down to British Medal was the DRS train. You also had JBL down to Young Maneuver as well. So you got two DRS trains there as well. And talking to the DRS, can Starfish make anything at all? Oh dear! I just caught the tail end of that. And Mad Gank, he's gone off, and he's plummeting down the order. Oh dear! Oh dear!
Oh, that was unlucky for him.
So, like I said, I just caught the tail end of it. I can only assume that someone must have made contact with him, and he ended up spinning round. And with how many cars had to go by, he had to wait until every single one of those cars went by.
Yeah, and now MCRJ has damage. That's big damage.
Oh, that is not what Jay needs. I think it might have been Jay that he got caught up with. I think Jay's lost an end plate. Yes, he has. He's lost his left end plate. So he'll need to come in, get that front wing change. And I mean, just look at that. Everyone just streaming past. There goes his teammate. There goes Kyle. There goes Young Maneuver. And in comes Jay into the pits. That is another testament to how tough these circuits can be. So yeah, I had a chance to go through the winners and losers off the start. Mad Gangs
we
had to
have
come in.
technical difficulties with stream real quick.
Oh.
There
we
it
had
is, we're
we had a
back.
couple of we had a couple of technical issues there. Sorry about that. But I want to lap 4 now. We've had a couple of front wing changes already. We've had a couple of front wing changes already, but, and that was Jay and Mad Gank. But Prudish Medal is trying to work out how to get past Hurricane for 3rd place. We're on to lap 5 now. 6.2 seconds the gap now between Frisbee and Starfish. If Frisbee plays his cards right, he could end up with a free pit stop in hand, because you lose about 22 seconds around this track, and that's taking into account the speed limit being just 37 miles an hour, which is just 60 kilometers an hour. Kyle getting himself ahead of Ledger for that last points paying position right now.
Frisbee's getting away with the win. 6 seconds so far.
Yeah, 6.7, and it's continuing to grow. You've got Hurricane and Prudish Metal right on the back of Starfish for that 2nd place. Frisbee saying in the chat earlier that he was about half a second off his personal best in qualifying, so he felt he could have got himself into the 34s. You know, 7.5 seconds now, the gap. And it is just continuing to grow with every corner of the lap. Meet Burl. And there we go, there's our first track limit penalty of the day. Kyle, the 3-second penalty. So Ultimate is I mean, normally we see Ultimate doing really well storming through the field, but not on this occasion. He is really struggling to get through this gaggle of cars.
It might be the track.
That
This track is really difficult.
And it looks like he's also underfueled as well, so he might need to do a bit of fuel management as well before the end of the race.
And also the fact that everyone's within a second. Pretty much everyone is within a second, so everyone has DRS, so it's very difficult to overtake.
Yeah, so that's definitely not going to help matters for Ultimate. You've got a 3-way dance here now, almost 3 wide. That is not going to fit! Hurricane making it a McLaren 1-2 at the moment, but Starfish not making it easy for him. And looks like Kyle's had an off. He's dropped a couple of positions. And Hurricane! Oh no! Hurricane's gone! Oh no! And there's a safety car there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What happened? I would have loved to watch that.
Oh, that is a real shame for Hurricane.
Because that is a tricky part to DNF.
This may have... Yeah. I said, how on earth did he manage that, though? But this may have just played into the hands of Ollie and Young Maneuver, they can get rid of those softs now.
That's true. These will benefit the soft runners.
Indeed. And that's interesting. Starfish in, as well as JBL. There we go. There's Ollie in. Kyle in as well. Oh, and Kyle's retired from the session.
17 seconds so far, the gap.
Yeah, but that gap is just gonna get wiped out. The Ultimate will be breathing a huge sigh of relief. But because he hasn't pitted, and taking into account he started on the hard, he is now up into 7th place. So
Oh,
you got to
that's-
imagine that Ultimate is going to have a big Cheshire Cat grin on his face right now.
Yeah, that's 10 positions gained so far.
Indeed. So we'll be doing another lap under the safety car, at least. So we'll be getting back underway on like lap 9 or maybe lap 10 possibly. We'll see what happens. It actually allows the rest of the field to try and catch up. We've had 3 retirements so far. Liam at the end of the first, during the first lap. Hurricane just there, and then Kyle retiring in the pits. Bit of a glitch there from the timing screen. So yeah, we'll be doing another lap under the safety car. As it stands, on lap 8, we've got Frisbee in the lead. We've got Space and Low in the Ferraris, 2nd and 3rd. Prudish Medal, 4th in the AlphaTauri. Bull Beast, who had his crash in qualifying, he's now back. He's up into 5th place after all the drama. Up, up 9 places off the start. He started 14th. Ledger in 6th, also up 9 places off the start. Ultimate up 10, as is Zola, 7th and 8th. And then you've got Smooth in 9th and JBL rounding up the top 10. Jacob and Gank, 5-second penalty for the collision under the safety car. It's not the first time we've seen that happen.
Oof, yeah. We've seen a lot of those.
Yep. Is the safety car coming in this lap? It looks like it is. It's starting to pull away from... Starting to pull away. Yep, safety car is coming in this lap.
Safety car in this lap.
Yes. Now Frisbee becomes the de facto safety car, and he's already dropped the hammer. Already dropped the hammer, and Lowe trying to get past his teammate into turn one. But it's not for happening. Ultimate already gaining a position there. British Metal getting up into second place already. And a Ferrari has lost the front wing, and I think it's Lowe. Indeed it is. Lowe's just lost his front wing, or is it Space?
No, it's space.
Oh, not what he would have wanted. And there he goes, and oh my word, he just phased through a couple of cars.
Oh, both Ferraris lost front wings. One lost an end plate. I think that was an
Ferraris are going to need to
incident.
come in.
We have the
That
replay.
is brutal. That is brutal for the Ferrari boys. And that's put Bull Beast into second place.
There's a
after
replay.
all
I
that.
think British may have done a little bit of there.
We'll see what the replay does. So here we are on the restart. You've got the Ferraris side by side.
One Ferrari goes wide and then comes back into the track. Well, I cannot say back because it's still the track.
Oh! Yeah, I think for me, if I was one of the stewards, I'd probably end up having to chalk that down to a racing incident. And Jay's gone as well. That's
Yes.
another DNF.
Oh, we lost. Jay.
The Space. So what happened? So I think what I can gather, that Space ended up making contact with the wall, and then from there there wasn't much that could be done to avoid.
Ultimate in the pits. He lost his front wing.
Oh, Ultimate got caught up in the carnage. Oh no! Oh. And he's going to need to do all the work all over again.
What's going on? He's stuck.
It's not the first time we've seen that happen.
Space? What happened to Space? He retired in the pits? Looks like it.
He must have done, yeah. We're a third of the way through the race now. We've lost 5 drivers already.
Bull Beast so far is P2. British Metal P3.
Yeah, I don't think Bull Beast would have been expecting to be in second place
Yeah.
at this point in the race, considering he qualified down in 14th place.
Yeah. Ollie is right behind British Metal also.
DRS enabled once again as we head into the second third of the race. So we've got a 3-way dance here at the moment between Bull Beast, British Metal, and Ollie for that second place. Starfish right on the back of Ledger for 5th place. As British Metal goes wide, Ollie side by side, and I think he's going to get it. Yes, he does.
That was a great overtake from Ollie.
And that was on my screen. I mean, look, a great overhead shot there from the helicopter.
Yeah, getting the replay. Look at it.
Absolutely incredible work there. So here we go. Here's the replay. So that So you can see Ollie almost side by side with it. And there goes Prix Melo. He goes wide. Ollie starts to get ahead and had more traction on the outside, and then he had the inside curb and just said, "Thank you very much. I'll have a bit of that." And he goes into third place as a result.
He has a much fresher set of tires.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, his tires are 4 laps old compared to Prudish's tires, which have been on since the start of the race. JBL dropping down to last. But Jacob, meanwhile, he's managed to get himself a position ahead of Zola. Prudis Melo with a 3-second penalty there. Gap between Frisbee and Bullbeast as Meatball sets up the fastest lap of the race of 39.4. .6 seconds between Frisbee and Bullbeast, but Ollie is not going to be giving up that. He's not going to be giving up this fight that easily. Only half a second behind the Alfa Romeo. He might have a run at him down the main straight as Jacob continues making his way through the field. He goes up into 7th place. He's got his teammate Starfish 4.3 seconds up the road. Starfish is involved in a battle of his own with Ledger for 5th place. As the race leader comes in, that's Frisbee. Race leader is in, and that puts Bullbeast into the lead of the race, but for how much longer?
Soles going into the pits too, and John whenever gets the position there, he gets 2 positions.
Ledger's in as well, as is Smooth. So you got Frisbee, Ledger, Smooth, and Zola all in the pits. Ledger going for hard, interestingly, as Ollie, cool as you like, takes the lead of the race.
Ooh, he overtook Bullbeast in 2 laps. That's fast.
Testament to how much quicker the mediums are at this point in the race.
Yeah, Ollie's back.
Yeah. Frisbee should be able to claw back some of that deficit. Well, I don't see Ollie or Bullbeast coming in anytime soon. But Prudish Medal could be next on the list. And oh no!
What
How
happened?
does I say that?
What happened?
Frisbee's gone!
Yeah, but how? Same as Hurricane.
Same area, same corner as Hurricane. He's put it into the wall. He must have missed his braking point. And that's another safety car.
Please let us know what happened, Frisbee, in the chat.
Oh my word, that. I'll say this, the one person that is gonna be smiling right now is Sasha, because he knows Frisbee is not gonna be extending his lead at the top of the championship as much as he would like.
That's true. I don't know. That was a free win practically with the pace he had. Oh, swearing is prohibited.
Oops.
6
Keep it clean,
messages.
folks. Jacob on softs.
That's interesting.
He might be going into a set of mediums for the final step. Oh, he hit the wall. That is really unlucky there. This is Ultimate's chance now to make Frisbee's DNF count.
That's not good. Brave man and soft, says Liam. Yep. I'm not sure. I wouldn't go soft in this track. They last like 4 or 5 laps. Or less.
Yeah, 8 at a push.
Oof.
But of course, you can get an extra. Of course, you can get an extra couple of laps under the safety car as well.
That's true. When it's a safety car, you can get the advantage by pitting into the mediums right now. Only with fresh medium tires.
If he plays his cards right, he might. Actually, I'll double check the race director. Yes, he's used both compounds, so he's fine. If he plays his cards right, he might be able to get those mediums to the end.
Is it possible? 15 laps with the mediums? Pushing them, right?
You'd be right on the borderline.
Liam says 17. You can do 17.
17 laps, yeah, so it is doable. It is doable. And if he pulls it out of the bag, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure Ollie has won races in X1 previously. I'm trying to think when the last time he won a race was.
I believe season 2 or something.
Season 2, as far back as that?
Season 2 or season 3? I don't remember seeing Ollie winning again since I was racing.
Wow.
I stopped racing season 3, I believe. Next one.
Yeah, but if he pulls this, if Ollie pulls this off, it'll be his first win in a while.
Yeah. The situation here is Ball Beast.
And oh no! What happened to Jacob?
What?
Jacob spun it under the safety car. He's got no damage though, but how's he done that?
Oh, so unlucky, man. He just damaged his tires, definitely.
Ah. Thanks for that, Liam. Saying that Ollie managed to win at Spa last season.
Really? That's his home Grand Prix, right?
Yeah.
Did he win Spa last year? That's well.
We might need to double check the statistics on that one.
Yeah, to be honest, I trust Liam, but I'm sorry, Ollie. I lost faith a long time ago. That could be the partner league, to be honest. Okay, that would be a partner league. Yeah, because I don't remember watching Ollie win again in X1. And I think I commentated pretty much 80% of the races on X1 last season.
Yeah, and Ollie, I do recall that Ollie didn't have the best of results.
Yeah, he got so very unlucky. He was very unlucky because he was getting into incidents. But by being unlucky, not being dirty, you know.
Yeah, he didn't have the best. He didn't have the best results last time we went to Belgium, which was just a couple of races ago.
Yeah.
We're down to 14 runners. We're into the second half of the race. This is our second full safety car of the day.
The situation here is Ollie and Ball Beast. Ollie overtook Ball Beast, but Ball Beast was on hard tires. Remember?
Yeah.
So if you ask me right now, who has the best pace in the same kind of tires? I'm not sure.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a flip of a coin.
Yeah. Ultimate, meanwhile, he is back into a points-paying position. He's up to 10th place, up 7 places. Meatball, 14th, he's up 6 places. But the biggest gainer is Bull Beast. He started
Ooh,
He
yeah.
started 14th, and he's up 11 places from his starting position. And you've got Ledger and Young Maneuver behind him, both up 10 places, as well as Zola. That's a valid point there, Liam. You've got to think Ollie and Bull Beast are now the two favourites to win the race as the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap.
Starfish, I think his tires are going to end to be done by probably 6 or 7 laps from now. The mediums are so much
Mediums
faster.
is going to be so much faster, yes.
Oh.
And that's
Ledger.
Ledger. Ledger's had a spin. How have they done that?
Why is it ghosting?
And JBL with a 5-second penalty for a collision with Jacob. Starfish now, and Meatball! Meatball's gone!
What happened there?
Oh my word. We're down to 13 regardless. Starfish, great restart. Ledger having to come into the pits. And Ultimate is now up into 8th after all of that.
Bulbis is attacking Ollie.
He's really going for it here. He's going to try a late send. That's a very late send, and he doesn't quite make it stick. Ultimate, there'll be some team orders there for the Alpine boys. Ultimate up into 7th place.
Yeah, the hearts will be freezing out.
Yes. So with 14 laps to go, it might be a stretch if Ultimate can get his mediums to the end, because his mediums are 6 laps old.
That's a lot. That's 21 laps.
So to get them to 21 laps, yeah, I say it's a bit of a stretch. If he can make it stick.
Well, if you count three of
out.
them were safety car laps.
True.
It could be possible, yeah. 17, 18 laps.
Yes, Sasha's just spotted. Yeah, Frisbee out.
Yeah, he DNF'd.
Yeah.
Crashed. Oof, Bullbeast. This is a good fight. Oh, Bullbeast lost his end plate.
Oh, not what he needed.
He hit Ollie in the back and lost an end plate.
That was a real shame for Bull Beast. That may have just wiped out any chance he had of getting a podium. But Ollie, meanwhile, trying to get himself ahead of Starfish, and he does. Ollie into the lead of the race. Jacob, meanwhile, gets ahead of Lowe for that last points paid position, but he'll need to stop again because there's no way those softs are going to the end. They'll be lasting like 8 laps at the very least. And good grief! What on earth was that?
Oh.
Starfish, I think. Yeah, Starfish has lost the.
That was a bad
Starfish lost his rear. He's lost his front wing completely. He must have rear-ended Bull Beast, and Bull Beast into the wall, and that's it. Bull Beast now out of the race. We are down to 12, and the safety car is out again. What on earth happened there? So there we go. Ollie into the lead. Oh, Starfish on the curb, and Starfish took too much of the curb, and Bull Beast unsighted, nothing he could do about it. Rear end Starfish, and that's it.
Oof. That was very unlucky for.
There's the
Bull
spin
Beast.
there. Yellow flags, and boom! Completely unsighted.
Oh man. Now Brutish has some.
Brutish.
How things change,
Oh.
man. Now he has a new set of
Brutish
of
now up
mediums.
into 4th, but Ultimate, look at this. Ultimate is now 5th.
With a fresh set of medium tires.
Everything that has happened has somehow brought Ultimate potentially into contention for the race win. So I'll say this right now, folks. Don't count Ultimate out just yet, because he's just brought himself back into contention. If he plays his cards right, he may even be able to take the lead in the championship.
Yeah, now Oli has an advantage here. He has no time penalties.
That is very true, so we've got to take that into account as well.
He needs to finish without time penalties, and he will make sure he has all the 4 cars behind him have time penalties. So all he needs
Exactly.
to do is Ultimate has 3 seconds. Sasha.
So if Ultimate gets into the lead, he'll need to build a 3-second gap.
Yeah.
Which
So Oli-
we've seen Ultimate do it previously on other tracks. But
Yeah,
on a
it's not
track
new
like
for him.
this at Singapore, it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah. Oof. It was go bad after like 12, 13 laps.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. Now, what Liam's referring to there is that's when the tires hit the cliff, and the grip and performance just falls off after that.
I'll be right back.
Righty ho. So on to lap 20. 11 laps to go after this. We've seen 7 retirements. A couple retired in the pits, the rest retiring on the track. Ollie, right now, is the current favourite to win the race. So everybody's managed to catch back up. Safety car should be coming in at the end of this lap. So here we go, we are back underway. Green flag. 10 to go now. Ultimate. No, it's Prudish. Already having a go at JBL. Didn't even notice JBL was up in third. And Starfish plummeting down the order. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Is Starfish going to have to come in again? Looks okay at the moment. Ultimate now up into fourth. But he's not done yet. He's trying to get... He's looking for a look on Prudish medal. This for third place. Almost touching wheels. Going to try the outside of the corner now. Try the switchback. Prudish hits the wall. Don't quite make it stick. This just got spicy with 10 to go. Ultimate still trying to work out how to get past. Bit of a love tap there. And there's yellow flags there. And I think that's, yep, that's Jacob. Jacob's had an off. Ultimate, meanwhile, almost into third. I think he's got it. And, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, that's huge! The top three in the championship will not be scoring any points. Ultimate and Prudish are both out of the race. And then there were 10. Oh my goodness me. Frisbee will be breathing a huge sigh of relief. Knowing that his championship lead is not going anywhere. And safety car is out again.
Oh, again? I thought it was still the same laps.
Yeah, about that.
Ultimate?
Yeah.
So now...
Thankfully, I've managed to clip it on my end.
Oh, nice.
So I should be able to get it sent to you. And
So now everyone has points.
yep, everyone that finishes gets points. There we go. That should be it.
Oh, you send me the video? Okay.
That should be it, yeah.
Oh, the Haas are stacking.
Oh, the Haas is a double stacking.
Going for the soft tires.
Well, they should be able to get to the end on those.
It's not letting me open the video. That's weird. It's going to be tricky to choose the top three, the top two drivers of the days. Well, for me, it would if everything stays like it is right now. Oli is one of the contenders. I'm not sure if Ledger he's P3 right now.
He's got to be.
No, definitely
Yeah.
low before. What's positions gained?
So Ledger managed to
Ledger.
gain 12. Zola's gained 13.
It's tricky, man. Well, let's don't hesitate and let's wait and see how it ends because ultimate
Yeah.
was before right before the safety
Yeah.
car.
I'll say, just for a bit of context, battling for third place, battling for that podium position, and what happened was, I think they got a little bit too close for comfort, and that was it. They connect with each other, and that was practically about it.
Jacob going for the softs. That's weird. On the last
So
lap
there's
of the safety car.
There's 7 laps to go after this. He hasn't really got much to lose. He's guaranteed a point at the end of it all.
Yeah, that's true. He just needs to end it.
Um,
He just needs to finish the race and he will get a point.
yeah, absolutely. So ultimate. I'm just having a look back through the clip that I sent you. They were still side by side. Ultimate ended up squeezing British Metal into the wall, resulting in damage. And then British Metal taps Ultimate's rear left, causing Ultimate to go into the wall, and then British Metal, still with a bit of momentum, they end up connecting each other, and Ultimate's car mounting on top of British Metal's car, akin to that of Verstappen and Hamilton at Monza.
I wasn't expecting that kind of incident. If you can submit it after the race, that would be great. Because
Hopefully I can get it. Hopefully I can get it sent in.
I think safety car is seeing it right now.
Yep, safety car coming in this lap. Ollie, JBL, Ledger, Low, Zola, Smooth, Young Maneuver, Alfred Starfish, Mad Gank, and Jacob. That is your top 10 with 6 to go after this. Ollie just bolts out of the gates and he is away.
I felt like a little bit of chill in my body. It's been it's been a long time since we said that in X1. Ollie, JVL, Ledger, Low, Sola, Smooth, Jug Maneuver, Starfish. It's been so much time since we see this kind of grid of top 10 in X1.
Yeah. And there's Ledger trying to get ahead of JBL into second place, and he's through. Ledger's into second place. And his tyres are 3 laps fresher than Ollie's. He might be in with a shout here.
Ledger for the win. Right. This is going to be a crazy race.
That happens. Alfred Starfish and Starfish, no!
Why?
Let Starfish out!
Man, you just needed to finish and you will secure the point.
Oh, no. Brutal. That is a real shame. And that means mean, that means the only team left that have 2 drivers still in the race. So the only team that still have both drivers in the race are Haas.
Oh, that's true. Who would say that? Haas going to probably score with the both right. Well, I don't have to say it because there's still some laps to go.
Exactly. You've got 5. You've got 5 to go after this. You've got Low trying to work out how to get past JBL, but he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to push that hard because he knows that JBL has penalties ahead of him. And Zola won't be overly concerned about those behind him, Smooth and Mad Gang, because they have penalties and he's clean as a whistle. Jacob will gain a couple of positions as a result of that as well, meaning he'll go up into 6th, and Young Maneuver could go up into 7th. Gap holding steady for now. It's not going up as much as Ollie would like. But what a podium that would be. I mean, you've got to take JBL's penalty into account.
It's 5 seconds the JVL's penalty, so he's definitely...
Oh jeez! Oh dear! Oh dear!
What happened there?
Smooth and Mad Gang, what on earth?
Jacob retired?
And Jacob! It's Mad Gang!
What?
On earth?
Okay,
What's
it looks...
going
I think the guys are pranking us.
What is going on?
What just happened? Only 7 drivers? This is crazy for X1, man. Like, you just need to finish and you're going to get some good points.
Oh dearie me, we are down to 7. We're only going to have 7 drivers scoring points today, if it stays as it is.
The Haas demise is on Kenzie, not on me. Don't blame me. he brought the idea.
JBL almost lost it, but here comes Low. This for 3rd place. Ferrari on Alfa Romeo, both powered by the Ferrari engine. JBL is, goes for the squeeze. And Low into 3rd. What a podium that is! Ollie and JBL. Well, JBL not giving up without a fight.
And Sola can end up in the podium now.
That's a valid point because he's right on the back of these 2. Smooth having to come into the pits. It's another front wing change. If Smooth pulls it off, he might get the fastest lap.
That's true. And that's some good points for P7 and the fast lap.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a tasty 6 points for 7th place, plus the extra point for the fastest lap.
Liam opened the door to the multiverse here. If I wouldn't have crashed, this would never have happened.
Oh, yeah, he did a
That
Doctor
would be
Strange in the. He's done a Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah, he definitely opened a very weird timeline where Ollie is the winner, Ledger P2 and Low P3 in X1.
That's crazy.
Well, this is so good. It's like, these are the
This has got
podiums I
Monaco
want.
96 written all over it.
Yeah, these are the podiums I want to see. Weird podiums. By weird, I mean not that these guys are. It's weird that they're in the podiums, but by weird, I mean different from Frisbee, Ultimate, Pad.
Different from the status quo. And,
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, what happened to
JBL?
JBL? He let Zola and Young Maneuver through without much difficulty. What was that for?
Young Maneuver is about to get Zola. Oh,
And Zola's got a penalty. Oh no! And I think that's it. I think that's the podium.
Yeah.
Young Maneuver could leapfrog Zola into 4th.
This will feel like a win for all these guys. I would be so happy if I get P4 in X1, man.
Yeah. Three laps to go. I mean, I would have to say right now, I don't think Ledger will be overly concerned about that because, yes, he's just picked up a penalty, but
Oh, but he has 6 seconds.
Low is 6 seconds behind.
The battle between Sola and Young Maneuver, it's been on fire,
Yeah,
man.
and Young Maneuver's just got himself ahead, and he's got DRS to pull away.
P4 on next one. He will be very happy.
Yeah, he started 16th.
These guys are making it so difficult for me to choose a driver of the day.
Yeah, because I mean, taking the penalties out of the equation, the top 4 alone have a very strong case to be contenders for driver of the day.
I cannot pick. It's very difficult.
And they're smooth with the fastest lap, but JBL responding. He wants that fastest lap as well. But he shouldn't be too long before he gets hit. Before he gets it.
Liam saying in the chat, got to be Oli. Yeah, Oli is definitely for me is one of them, but I cannot decide about the two.
On
The
the
second
second one.
Yeah. Remember, we need to pick 2 for the
we need to pick two for that $50 giveaway on TV
Yeah.
Keys.
Elfin Starfish. No, he crashed. He DNF'd, man.
We can't exactly pick a driver of the day who didn't finish. I've got to agree with you. Ollie definitely one of them.
Yeah. For me, it's also if everything stays the same, because
As it is, yeah.
it's still 2 more laps, and I don't want to say anything else. But yeah, if it stays as it is right now, Ollie is one for me. And I'm not sure about the second one. Oh no! Just look at what happened. Look at what happened. Look at what happened.
Oh no! Oh,
There's-
he's disconnected! Oh no, that could be huge!
Look at what happened. This is me with the commentator's curse.
Unbelievable! Just when we thought we didn't have enough drama! Ollie disconnected from the session, and
This is not possible, man. They are pranking us. These guys are pranking us in
no. Tell me this isn't happening right now. Low about to get PT here.
What's happening, man? If I think if I'm going to say that I'm going to be rich
I think
today,
Ollie's got himself back in. I think Ollie's got himself back in. Because that red X that was above his car, I think it's gone now. He's should be back in the session now.
shit.
Ollie could still get this win on countback. Because Ledger still has that penalty. Bear that in mind, folks.
But it's only 3 seconds, and Low is 4 seconds behind Ledger.
Yeah.
I think Ledger.
Yeah. So
I don't
Ollie
want to say
only needs
anything.
to make up another couple of seconds.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything. I'm not going to say anything from now until the race ends. Oh,
Are you kidding me?
this is unbelievable, man. This is unbelievable.
Of the 20 drivers that have started this race, only 6 will finish.
What is going on with today?
I honestly haven't got a clue. But that being said,
Ledger is going to be winning the Grand Prix. Please don't crash, Ledger. I just said it. You need to win
He's
this
only
race.
got a few corners to go. And as long as he doesn't pick up another penalty or two,
He cannot believe this, man.
nobody can believe it.
What happened? Just stay in track. Just stay in track.
Aren't all of the top 7 X2 drivers? I don't know, but whatever the case, Ledger comes round the final corner. He takes the checkered flag. Has Lowe done enough to beat him? No, he hasn't! Ledger is a Grand Prix winner in X1! Lowe in second, and Young Maneuver in third!
What a podium. What a podium.
Ledger and Young Maneuver. Those are my picks for driver of the day.
Ledger and Jug Maneuver?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Let me check the... Jug Maneuver got 13 positions to the P2. Yeah, I think Jug Maneuver is one of it. Ledger got 14 positions for P1.
And he got the win despite the penalty.
Yeah, Ledger and Jug Maneuver, I agree. And I was undecided between Jug Maneuver and Lowe because Lowe, but the fact that Jug Maneuver had to fight with that many positions.
There's a Ledger from Codemasters gets driver of the day. He gets driver of the day from Codemasters as well. Tosses copies of the game to the crowd as well. That is Ledger's first X1 win as well.
Ledger is from the UK, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait. We will hear the anthem for Ledger, who won the race. There it is, guys. Ledger, congratulations, man! I cannot believe you won. It's been such a crazy race. Oli had the win in his hands, man.
Yeah, he had it. That is a real shame.
Jug Maneuver saying in the X1 driver lounge, X2 is better than X1 confirmed. Oof.
Yeah.
X2 won today. X2 drivers won today.
Yeah. Well, it says according to the standings that Ledger is an X1 driver.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it says in the standings. There's a Zola P4, massive props to him for that. Smooth did get the fastest lap of the race. And of course, bearing in mind, folks, only 6 drivers finished.
That's crazy. This has been the craziest race in this season.
It's definitely going to be up there as a serious contender for race of the season.
No, it's the driver of the day. The 2 drivers of the day today, it's Ledger. And do you agree with Jug Maneuver?
Yeah.
Ledger and Jug Maneuver. Let me announce it in the Jug Maneuver. Report TC R. Got it.
Well, big congratulations to those two for they are the first two drivers to be chosen. We'll find out who X3 have chosen for their two drivers today for that $50 giveaway on TV Keys just in time for Black Friday, just around the corner.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Make sure to tune in for X2 in an hour's time.
Yes, 8 p.m. UK time, folks, and that will conclude this weekend's XRL coverage. But next week, we're going to do it all again at Suzuka in Japan.
It's going to be very interesting. I hope we have a wet race in Japan. We'll see.
Oh, that'll be a blast. But yeah.
Thank you very much, Kenzie.
Always a pleasure. And a big thanks to you guys who's always watching from home. This has been the X1 with the Extreme Racing League, sponsored by Driver 61, CD Keys, and ANSI 3D. Signing off. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.